Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Matt, and welcome to Metroid Prime, one of my favorite games of all time, and one that I've been wanting to put on this channel for forever, but I haven't had the hardware to do that up until recently. But now that I can actually capture GameCube games, I decided it's time to sit down and play through what I consider to be one of the best games ever made. I played this a ton in my younger years. I played through it multiple times. I absolutely adore this game, and I am so excited to share it with you. But one thing I do want to say, now that I have the hardware to actually capture it, the converters that I use in order to utilize my capture card for the GameCube does make the game a little bit darker than what it will usually be when you view it, either just playing it or maybe with some other capture hardware. So I'm going to do my best using brightness and contrast and other magical effects to try to make it as viewable as possible. It's not really all that terrible, it's just a little bit darker than what you'll be used to seeing, but I'll do my best to make it happen. But enough of that aside, let's go ahead and just start up a new game, and we're going to go ahead and do normal mode. Hard mode isn't really all that worth it. It just kind of drags everything out. It makes the enemies a little more bullet spongy. They do a little more damage, and really the only thing it makes really all that harder is the Omega Pirate fight and the Metroid Prime fight itself. So we're going to go ahead and just do this one on normal mode. Maybe down the road in the future, we will do a hard mode fight, hard mode playthrough with the Metroid Fusion suit, because I do have the Fusion suit unlocked with the Metroid Fusion connection bonuses, so maybe we'll do that down the road. But for now, we're just going to do a nice, fun, normal mode playthrough, and I am extremely excited to do this. I've been wanting to do this forever, so let's hope this is a great, entertaining playthrough, and I hope you all are going to enjoy this. So we got an unidentified distress beacon has been tracked to a derelict space vessel in orbit above Tallon IV. We got a distress beacon right up here, and that is how all of this begins. And this game is absolutely beautiful and is proof that art direction and aesthetic matter so much more than your polygon count and anything else that you can throw at it. It's just, it still holds up, I think. I think this game still holds up even after all these years. What is it, 17 years later? This game came out in, what, 2002? It is currently 2019, and this is still a great-looking game. It is kind of starting to show its age a little bit. You can see the jagged polygons and everything else, but the art direction, the music, the effects, everything just comes together so well. It makes such a beautiful game. I still remember the first time that I booted this game up as a kid, and just my jaw just dropped at how beautiful it was, because I saw it advertised in old Nintendo Power, and I was like, that looks really good, but nothing could prepare me for how good the game would look when it came out. I got it on Christmas that year, and it blew me away. These opening shots, just setting the tone here. We got the music, we got her ship right here. And then we get our first look at Samus in 3D. And Retro Studios did an amazing job bringing her to life. The reflection off her armor, the way she moves, just everything. They nailed it. But enough about my nostalgia and my rose-tinted glasses. Let's get right into this game. Music. Love the music. Alright, let's do this, Samus. So right off the bat, we can lock on. This is not really like a traditional first-person shooter. It is from the first-person perspective, but you don't control it like a first-person shooter. You have to hold the R button in order to look around. You don't have really a vertical look unless you are holding the R button. And you can lock on, as you saw earlier, you have a lock-on mechanic that allows you to, well, I can't lock onto those now, that allows you to lock on and strafe and everything. And you also have the scan visor here, that this is the way that the game gives you lore and gives you background and helps you progress through the game. So now you can see right here, it'll say like, this force field blocks the entrance. And then you can see right here, this switch is directly connected to the force field barrier. And you'll use things like that to be able to progress through the game and get hints about how to defeat everything. And not everything needs to be scanned, but there are lore things, and there's enemies and items and stuff that have to be scanned for completion bonuses. So I won't scan everything, because a lot of people, I've seen some playthroughs, they'll come through and they'll pretty much walk with their scan visor out, and they'll scan every little thing and read every little thing, and I'm not going to do that, because that really does slow everything down, and it's really boring to watch, to be completely honest. It really is. So I'm only going to scan what's necessary. And to identify what's necessary, you can see how these have like an orange square that you scan. When they're orange, it means that they're not necessary. When they're dark red, it means that they're necessary for progression or that they're necessary for completion. Like this one, you can see it's a dark red square, as well as the door is a light orange. So the door cannot be opened, it just gives you that little bit. Whereas this dark red one that you scan, it airlock repressurization. So it repressurizes the room so that the door can be unlocked. And here's enemies right here, but I mean, they fade out. But you'll come across enemies that need to be scanned, items that need to be scanned, power-ups that need to be scanned, lore that needs to be scanned, and those will count towards completion bonuses. But you can, if you want to play through this game, you can read things like this right here. This gives you some information like unknown infill, high levels of radiation detected. So you can kind of get the idea that this is a highly radioactive creature, perhaps it's mutated. You can see that there's enemies right here that you can lock onto, and for some reason I've tried scanning those before, and it doesn't always let you really scan that, but I could potentially scan this one right here, and it'll tell me like, you know, space pirate status, death caused by severing of the spinal cord. And you can see like, yeah, it's spinal cord is definitely severed right there. But like I said, I'm not going to scan every little thing. I'll just scan what's absolutely necessary if I remember to scan all of it. And the visor, when you kill certain enemies or certain things happen, the visor lights up, or, you know, you get blood splatter or rain or steam on the visor. Just so many amazing effects from early on. And I'll check things with the scan visor as I try to remember what needs to be scanned and what doesn't. But I don't think there's really all too much that gets scanned on this right here. Oh yeah, charge beam. For some reason I was thinking that was a bomb that blew that apart. Nope, it's the charge beam. I do have 15 missiles. Can we get a little bit of enemies given a hint? Because this is just like the good old-fashioned Metroidvania games, where you have some of your power-ups right from the beginning. So you have the morph ball, and it just, if you can get through the hole, it's just to teach you a few things. So we can scan the map station here, and new research entry has been added to the logbook. So I'll go through and scan things like this because this does count towards completion bonuses, but I won't scan every little thing. So map station. Walk into the map station holograms to download a map of the area that you're in. And we'll check these. Yeah, that does not give any. It just gives information about Tallon IV and other things, but none of it is necessary for completion. But here we get our first map station to give us our map for this very first introductory tutorial mission. So download the map for this area. You can press Z to access it. And it's a pretty good map. It's a pretty good map. It'll show us everywhere that we're going through. So we'll go through all these areas here, and then we can come back and escape here. And all the areas do have a map room so that you can use it to help find all the areas that you might have missed before, so you can get all the expansions and all the power-ups and everything, so that you can get that sweet, sweet completion bonus. And unlike some of the other Metroid games, this one's ending, the completion, is just based on items collected and scans that you've performed. So you don't actually have to complete it in a specific amount of time. So we can take all the time we need to do what we need to do. We don't have to rush through it. Like Metroid Fusion, you have to beat the game in a certain amount of time with 100% completion to get the best ending. For this game, to get the best ending, you just have to get 100% completion. It does not matter if it takes you 5 hours or 50 hours. You just have to get it all. Just not get electrocuted by this thing. Easy peasy. Just going through all the warm-up tutorial stuff that the game is trying to teach us. And I don't think any of this is necessary. I can't tell if they're dark red or not when I'm scanning some of these because of the background right there. Okay, these space pirates are damaged, so we'll just take them out real quick. They don't give you the actual scan data for everything because they're not fully realized pirates, I guess is a good way to put it. And that, I think, just tells me that it's weak, yeah. Okay. And we have another creature to scan here, even though it's not quite a creature, but it is the first creature we come across that we can scan. It is the auto defense turret. Use missiles to break outer casing. Auto defense turret down. Now, you know, you can scan these things to get information on it all, but we're going to scan this missile right here. So new research entry has been downloaded. Missile ammunition resupplies missile launcher with 5 rounds of ammo. I believe that there is, yeah, there's a dark red one right here. Pirate data entry has been downloaded to your logbook. So there's pirate data, there's Chozo lore, and there's the research, the creatures, and I believe that's all of it. But new pirate data entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Space pirate encrypted data decoded. Log 9.992.3. Zebus has fallen. All ground personnel are presumed dead, either killed by the hunter clad in metal or in the subsequent destruction of the underground facilities. Our research frigates Orpheon, Syracuse, and Volparagam were in orbit at 0 hour and managed to retreat. Frigate Orpheon is now docked at Vortex Outpost. Orpheon's cargo appears to have 100% survival rate. Metroids are healthy but on restricted feeding schedules due to uncertain supply status. We are ready to begin research on the Metroids and other promising life forms. Security status remains at Code Blue. No signs of pursuit from the Hunter. So that's where we get our background lore. So the Hunters, this takes place right after the other games. I actually don't know if this takes place, but when this actually takes place, to be completely honest. I need to figure that out. But Samus has basically destroyed the... I completely just lost my train of thought. Destroyed the space pirate forces on Zebus, and then she got this distress call that she followed over here over Tallon IV. I believe this takes place after Super Metroid. Okay, so that activated the elevator right there. We could scan this big old thing right here, I believe, or it's not scannable. I actually am not 100% positive in the timeline when this game takes place. You think I would know that, but I actually don't. Take down these injured space pirates. Try to figure out exactly what happened here. Are you scannable? Are you fully... Nope. You are not fully healed and realized. Even though you are mobile and doing quite a bit to me. Only doing 5 damage per tick. Ooh, I need to scan this. Not that. This. Small energy replenishes 10 units of energy. Grab that. And I don't believe there's anything in here that's worth scanning. Nothing dark red. It doesn't really give you... I don't think there's really anything on here other than one enemy that you have to worry about scanning in order to get research. I think as long as you don't miss the boss of this area, you're good to go. We're just investigating this distress signal, figuring out what's going on, because these space pirates, something bad has happened on this vessel here. And we'll get the chance to scan pirates in a little bit. So we need to activate this lock right here for the morph ball, which I don't think is scannable here anyways. Like, you can scan it and it'll be like, hey, you unlock this with the morph ball, but I don't think it actually has any research or anything behind it. We can find out. Nothing there. Oh well. Turret 1. Turret 2. And no, it's locking me! No! I didn't go through quick enough. Yeah, it doesn't give us anything for research or progress of any type. And now we have to go through and open the door again because I didn't go through quick enough. We'll go ahead and roll through it. Okay, so we walk through here. We have a save station in here. Let's go ahead and scan it. Get the research for it. We can save our game here, and it replenishes our energy. Okay, now we gotta scan this and activate this morph ball lock so that we can open up this door. I'm so glad everything in this universe has things specifically designed for Samus to unlock and progress through. So glad. And then we can see here, we can see all these pirates that have been killed. Analysis detected large amounts of blood missing from the carcasses. These bodies may have been used for nourishment, pattern consistent with predator behavior. Yeah, no bueno. here we have our first boss of the game. I wouldn't say major boss, although the very first time I played this game I didn't fully understand all the mechanics, and it took me a long time to figure out how to beat this boss. But then I learned that you have to scan, and you'll get your data here, and that'll give you different things, like scanning this enemy gives you the ability to lock onto its mouth, or dealing immense amounts of damage. Morphology, Parasite Queen. Parasite female, genetically enhanced by unknown means. A weak spot has been detected in the creature's mouth. Use your auto-targeting to acquire this new target. Scans indicate the presence of potent mutagen. Origins unknown. Creature exhibits the ability to fire weapon-grade blasts of energy from its mouth, a trait not present in standard parasite genome. It appears the pirates have begun a bioengineering program with considerable results. So now we can just start taking out the Parasite Queen using missiles and dodging. Using the strafe abilities here by pressing the jump key while moving left and right. Let's just give it a second. And we'll just charge up a beam while we wait here. Because it gets me good. Give me an opening past the shield. Easy peasy. Simple tutorial boss, teach you that scanning them is important, not just for completion, but also to give you hints about how to actually fight them and beat them.
Evacuate immediately.
Let's bail.
Evacuate immediately. Evacuate.
The only thing I don't think I actually was able to scan here that I didn't scan were the regular parasites, but we'll get opportunities to scan them later anyways. It's no big deal. We might even come across a few that we can scan on our way out because, well, we have plenty of time to get out of here. There's the door over here. Scan this to disable the turret, I believe. Yes. There's a turret up here that it disables. Okay, I forgot about that. That little explosion right there. Alright, let's get out of here. Now, like I said, not too much of a hurry. We have more than enough time to get out of here. Make our way through this exit. Oh, yeah, here's a thing to scan. Yeah, new creatures. Yep, the parasite right here. Morphology, Parasite, Interstellar, Interstellar vermin. Travel in swarms. Indigenous to Tallon IV, a single parasite is harmless to larger life forms. However, they tend to travel in large groups, swarming over potential prey. Such swarms can be dangerous. They can, but they are not really too much of a danger to me. Even in big groups like that, they're not really all that much trouble. So I was wrong, we did get plenty of opportunities to scan the parasites right there. And it's just coming out of the walls everywhere. They know something's happening. Rats are trying to escape the ship before it goes down. Open? Thank you. Make our way up here. You'll notice also sometimes a door will take a very long time to open. That's because it's loading the area on the other side of the door, is usually what that means. Because this game, it doesn't load everything at once. So if a door takes a long time to open, that's what's happening. And sometimes it won't take nearly as long. And also, the charging up your beam is like a tractor beam effect, so it can pull in missiles and energy modules and everything else that you need. You can pull in the resupplies. But when you can't quite reach them. Lots of parasites everywhere. They're all over this ship. It has a real problem with these things. And, oh, I forgot about that. Forgot all about that. We need to follow it then. Just not get crushed by it. Which I actually don't think it hurts you, it just pushes you back. It just makes it so you have to spend more time getting out of this place, which really doesn't take all that long. first look here at Meta Ridley. Which you learn is still the original Ridley that you've been fighting. They took his brain and put it inside that body. That is not just like a android of any type. That is a cybernetic Ridley. They use his brain and put it in that metal body. So that is the same Ridley that we fought before in previous titles. Perimeter defense turret disabled. Can still blow it up just for funsies. And activate the elevator right now. And then just with every Metroid game, you lose a lot of your power-ups right in the beginning. Various Suit, Morph Ball, Missile, Charge Beam, Morph Ball Bombs, Grapple Beam, and I think that's everything that we have. So we don't have missiles or anything. We just need to get out of here before this whole place goes up. Not that direction. This direction. Room is depressurizing. Now we can get out of here. Made it with plenty of time to spare, and there goes Meta Ridley. Meta Ridley begins heading down to the surface of Tallon IV, and we take pursuit. Samus decides something's going on here. I need to figure this out, so she chases after him down to the surface to figure out exactly what's going on, why the space pirates were there, what they were doing, what they were experimenting with that had mutagenic properties, just this whole mystery of what's been going on here. Tracking on enemy target has been lost. Ground-based recon required. Begin landing sequence. A little bit of turbulent weather. It's okay. The Tallon Overworld. Alright, we've made it through the opening tutorial mission, and now the real game is about to begin. It's been saved. We're ready to go and start exploring the Tallon Overworld. And I know that it's possible to go ahead and get... I did not mean to step back into the ship. I know that it's possible to go ahead and get the space jump boots, but I am not going to do any of that. I'm not going to do anything out of order. I'm not going to do any kind of exploits or glitches or anything. We're going to play this game proper. And we'll begin that next time. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and we'll start exploring the Tallon Overworld. So, as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. My name is Matt, and I'll see you next time.